Alex Elman runs a big business, something hard to imagine, after she lost her sight in her 20s. This morning, Lee Woodruff has a story of a woman who says that tragedy helped her focus on finding success. Lee, hello.
Hello. And even in places like Florida, California, and New York, the top 3 wine-consuming states in the country, the wine market is a crowded market. That didn't stop Alex Elman from launching her own label, turning a perceived disadvantage into one of the greatest advantages on the playing field.
I think the seeds were probably planted here, no pun intended.
Well, there was a problem with the piece.
Okay.
So Lee,
We'll get back to that.
Yeah, tell us what happened.
Alex had juvenile diabetes.
Lee, guess
we've
what?
got it?
Through the magic of TV,
right,
we have a Cracker Jack control room. We've got Lee's piece.
Great.
Let's see.
I think the seeds were probably planted here, no pun intended.
Alex Elman's father planted this hillside vineyard in western Massachusetts in 1981.
It was an experiment, and we still get some great wine out of it.
It is also where Alex fled during the darkest period of her life.
When I was 27, I went blind, and that was really rough. I definitely hid up here for a while. I hid in my home. I hid in the place that, to me, that was the safest place in the world.
Alex lost her sight to complications from juvenile diabetes 17 years ago.
And I remember the day that I went to wrap a Christmas present. And, you know, easy, I cut the paper. It was crooked, but I cut the paper. It was all fine. I put the box in the middle, and I went to put the tape on the seam, and I couldn't get on the seam. And to me, that was the most horrifying thing ever. So, but it was also at that moment that I said to myself, all right, there's got to be a different way to do this. Doesn't have to go long ways. We can put 5 pieces short ways. You know, so it was adapting.
In coming back to her roots, she found a new way forward.
When you were visualizing, did you ever visualize this? Did you ever visualize a vineyard and a wine company?
No, not at all.
Alex is the founder of Alex Elman Wines, a growing portfolio of organic wines from all around the world. Chianti from Italy, Torrontés from Argentina. Every time Alex acquires a new varietal, she changes the color of her dress. Alex doesn't work alone. Her assistant is something of a wine snob and quite a beggar.
Hanley travels to Europe, he travels to South America, he travels to all the wineries that we go to. He gets in the dirt with me, scratches around, he makes sure that we see earthworms and we see butterflies, or he sees butterflies and I scratch around for earthworms. That's how we know that the soil, it's actually organic, that there are no chemicals.
At first, Alex resisted the idea of a seeing eye dog. But now it's hard to imagine her life or her business without him.
When someone tells me a wine's organic, and I don't really believe it because I taste something funny on it, I'll put it in front of his face. And if he likes the wine, he'll actually go in and sniff it. If it's not right, he'll turn his head away like that.
Oh, they're here.
Blindfolds on. No cheating.
It was at a blind wine tasting like this one, years before Alex lost her sight, that she first realized her ability to discern the provenance of a wine using only her sense of smell and taste.
If the wines are not manipulated and made correctly, I'm pretty good. I can usually get the country, I can often get the vineyard, and I can often get the price point.
After 7.5 years of service, Hanley is ready for retirement. He'll spend his golden years here in Alex's childhood vineyard.
I really do believe that the loss of my vision was a gift, because it allowed me to pay attention to what I thought was important. And also to be able to teach people that, the broken hangnail's not a big deal. You know what I mean?
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't sweat the small stuff. And don't sweat the big stuff either, because you can deal with it. But also, most importantly, and more than anything else, is to adapt. Adapt to your situation, really, go with the flow, and then you'll be all right. Because you can't change it anyway, right?
Right.
It just is.
I always marvel, Lee, when you see people who have had something like going blind that would floor most people say, I look at it as a gift. And that's what she just said.
She did. She was dealt a hand and she played it. And boy, did she play it.
Yes.
I mean, look, she gets to be in a wrap dress of every different color on every new label.
Never a bad thing. Let's talk about Mr. Hanley for a sec.
I couldn't keep my hand. I kept petting him during the interview and touching him. He's such a love. But he's
old. Will he be
old.
replaced? How old is he? She said he's been doing it for 7 years.
Right, but I think he's somewhere around 12 or so. And of course, there's a life for a seeing eye dog. So he will get to play and run and still sniff. And she will get a new seeing eye dog. I think she was going to come any day now. So bittersweet, but she doesn't lose Hanley. He just gets to take a break.
And the way that she looks at life, I think, is so inspiring to people. And then, where can you get her wines?
It's available in New York, California, and Florida, and she is moving into many other markets. She's really going gangbusters. She's really excited. It's really good wine.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I'll have to take your word for it.
I'll send you a bottle.
I don't drink. I'm a big squirrel. I'll take your word. I believe you. Thank you, Lee. Tomorrow morning, Dr. Phil McGraw will be with us. He's been taking a fresh look at the Trayvon Martin case. And when we come back, NBA champion Dwayne Wade, D-Wade, is in the house. He'll be here. He says the biggest thing he's ever won is the custody of his 2 sons. You're watching CBS This Morning.